Hey everyone, I'm Fat Rambo,
I'm Mrs. Clickety Clackety.
Roast beef here.
and today we're talking about Stranger Things Season 3, Episodes 4 through 6. Got really intense.
Yeah, man.
We watched episode
4 and 5
4
together.
and 5 together.
I was literally screaming out loud at the end of
Yeah.
Episode 5
He's not a very
because it's freaky.
scream person, but you could see
Man, I was just
as you were sitting on the edge.
I was
you
just
could
waiting to see what was going on. I forgot there were only 8 episodes, so it makes sense that it's
It's getting
building up
intense,
so
yeah.
quickly. But man, it was the 4th episode, right? Where the whole thing, the sauna test, right?
Yes,
Yes.
4 episode of sauna
Man,
test.
like
I guessed from the beginning, seeing the
Yeah.
sauna test, what they were
They're
going to
gonna
go
do,
for.
yeah.
So,
I-
just saying.
I
I'm
didn't
giving
ex-
myself points for that.
I didn't expect it to get that. Like, I didn't expect to see Billy that way.
Right? Oh my god, that was so
That was
creepy.
scary.
Dude, he's such a good actor. Not just him, but everybody, especially Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh my gosh.
And that scene when they're fighting back and forth, man. Like,
I thought that was gonna be it for her. Like I got
When
so
he was
scared.
like getting, I was
when-
okay. I know they're just kids, but I was so upset when he's like choking her out and they're just like staring.
Yes.
I'm like, do something.
I know.
Like hit him. I don't know. Distract him. Something. She's
And that's
gonna
another
die.
point too. I was like, they're just kids. What are they gonna do? Like Millie's choking. Like she's the only hope for them. Like
I don't know.
what's
Throw
gonna
a weight
happen?
at him. Something. And then Mike came to the rescue, kind of,
Yeah.
and then 11 flipped.
dude,
She's crazy.
Oh.
Billy, like, he's scary, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, legit
in that
scary
moment, I have a question. Did you guys think, okay, when he's on the ground and he's crying, he's like, it's not my fault. I've done terrible things. Do you guys think that was a mind flare trying to trick the kids, or do you think it was Billy?
though. So at first, I thought that it was actually Billy because I remember that in season 2 when Mike was controlled by the mind flare, he had those moments
Will?
where it's Will. I'm sorry, Will. We had those moments where it was him, and then other moments when it was the mind flayer. So I thought the same thing was happening with Billy, but then as he's crying, he's grabbing the glass. So I thought, no, he's tricking them.
Here's
Yeah.
what I thought. Right before he grabs the glass, you see Will. Will. He gets the chills.
So Peter Tingle.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking that it really was Billy, and that when Will felt that was that signaled the transition. You know, that when the mind flare, I guess, what do they say? The mind flare is activated or something like that.
Activated.
I don't know. I feel like. I
It's
don't
hard
know.
to say because Billy's always been a jerk, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be very convincing to believe that he would just easily believe something this creature told him, right?
I guess.
I don't know.
I-
Because I feel like even though he is a jerk or whatever, I feel like his jerkness wouldn't get to a point where he would need to kill somebody. So I feel like the whole him crying and saying it wasn't my fault makes sense for him to do. If he, I don't know. That's just
I don't know.
me.
I feel like it wasn't him. I feel like it was all a trick. Because I feel like he kind of gave into it. Like, he's never tried to resist the mind flayer.
Yeah, and I think that's because of his character, like the person he's always been. Like, if you guys remember the 2nd season, I don't think he was actually going to do it, but remember when he was threatening to run over the kids?
Oh yeah.
When Max was in the
Yeah.
car? So he's always had that semi-psychopathic, like,
Behavior.
mind. Yeah. But I don't know.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
I
either.
guess. So again, we haven't seen the last 2 episodes. We're trying to do these videos, that way we can predict what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
or just make guesses. So I guess we won't be able to know till we finish the show.
I stay with my comments that I love Erica. I think she's hilarious.
I love her too.
I love that, like, that she knows. She's actually really smart and knows what she's talking about. And,
But she
like,
refuses.
knows how to get her way. Like, when Dustin, like, calls her out, like, you're a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, points out, like, every reason why
And
she's
she
a nerd.
and then she tries to like come back at him with like, well then why do you watch My Little Pony? And he's like, because
'Cause
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I
But
love that.
I just think I like her character. I think she's.
But what are
she's
your
fun.
thoughts?
She was getting annoying to me.
Really?
Well, for starters, I felt like everything that was coming out of her mouth, like, I mean, it's a show, obviously, but I think they purposely wrote those lines for her, like lines that seemed like they'd be something more of an adult would
Mm-hmm.
say. They seem, like I think at one point she calls them commies or something like
Yeah.
that. Like just a lot of things that and I thought it was funny. I like her character, but I kept thinking, man, if I was there, I would just tell her to shut up. Like I don't know.
I think the two characters that are with her though are like, he already hangs out with a bunch of smart kids, so he's not annoyed by it. Like he's used to it, and this girl's already used to having the kids around and having a dork, like what's his name, hair.
Steve.
Steve.
I don't know why I'm forgetting all the names.
Yeah. Okay.
Steve. So
Anyways.
I understand
Okay.
them.
How the heck are they gonna get out of that Russian tunnel?
I
Like,
don't know.
okay, that elevator was freaking creepy. Like, what the heck? And then they're stuck. I
That
thought
went down really deep.
right.
Yes.
And I thought for sure, Steve was gonna die when he was
I
being
know.
tortured, and then at the end, Dustin and Erica saved them.
Oh,
kind of, right?
Wait, no. They have the card.
But still,
How'd they get the card?
Remember? Okay, so
Dustin
yeah,
took it.
Dustin
I
took the
remember.
card. He
but
said,
still, they were like in the middle of the tunnel system. They have distracted them and they tased the doctor dude. But now what? Like,
I liked
they're still
how-
surrounded.
I mean, I guess it's just me being like nitpicking, but there must have been like a good like 10-foot gap between Dustin and that Russian guy, the doctor or whatever. So for Dustin to manage to run over there without the doctor reacting to the same thing with Steve running towards the guy who
and
had the
screaming
gun.
and had a gun. Yeah.
But I mean,
I saw that again when I watched it.
I don't let it get to me, but it's one of those things. Like, I think it was Abby who kept saying, "How's no one seen them
Yeah,
run across?"
yeah. I asked that question too, but I know it's just to keep the.
Yeah, you have to suspend your disbelief, or else
Yeah.
you're just not gonna enjoy it.
Okay. What kind of idiot lets a random person just take their car?
I feel like in that scenario,
I wouldn't like. I need some real identification. Like, he just looks sketchy. He doesn't look like a
yeah.
He's not
like
just in uniform.
I mean, I don't know what a police badge looked back.
Even undercover.
Looked like in the 80s, but I'm like, whatever he showed him just looked like
a piece of paper.
Yeah.
He
Like,
literally
what
went,
is
he literally
happening?
went scribble, show you, close.
so.
But I mean, think about it. Like, if someone came up to you and like, told you, "No, I'm undercover. I don't have my badge on me." Like, would you like?
No,
No.
I wouldn't. I'd be like, go ask someone else.
I feel like
I need real
I'd be
identification.
hesitant, especially if they had someone in handcuffs. I don't
Nope.
know.
Oh, that's right. They did have
No,
someone in handcuffs.
I don't care. I can get handcuffs and put anyone in handcuffs.
I mean,
Doesn't
to
mean I'm
that
an
to that
officer.
guy's defense, he did call the cops after. So.
Yeah, he's an idiot for letting him take off in the first place.
But I've seen other movies where stuff like that happens and the car ends up getting wrecked, and I'm just thinking,
How
like,
are
what if
they-
this guy's insurance doesn't cover all that? Does is the police like, are they gonna cover for
Well,
them? Like,
That's true.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
So I think I talked about it in the last episode when Joyce went to the teacher's house to find out about this whole magnet situation.
Oh, yeah.
I had originally thought it was the private investigator from last season,
Oh, yes.
and I was like, "Oh, where'd he go?" And he showed up again.
yeah.
He's Hopper's friend.
I love that.
I think he's hilarious. I'm loving Alexi.
Yeah, me too.
He's funny. His whole Slurpee thing.
I really like Hopper right now because I feel like he's on the edge of being like crazy.
Okay, when
like
he
going
when
crazy.
he flipped out on the mayor, I was like, oh "My God, where's
Like
this
that's what
going?"
I'm saying. Like he feels like he's like on the edge of like losing it, but at the
Yeah.
same time
He's,
he's,
like,
still
barely
in
holding
control.
on.
Yeah.
His character wasn't always like that, right? He was
No.
always kind of edgy, but
No,
I
in
feel
the
like
first
this,
season, he was just more like apathetic about like
Yeah,
everything
like
that
he was
going
just like,
around.
I don't care,
But
but I'm
then
gonna
he
take
like
care of it.
got into it, and now he cares about Joyce and Elle and all these kids. So now it's like he has more motivation.
Yeah,
to
I
be
feel
involved.
like this season he's just like he doesn't care, man.
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
like, I'm trying to save these kids, so you need to
I'm gonna do
either
whatever I gotta
do what you need. I say I need you to do, or get on my way. Cause
Also, I'm loving how Joyce is just
yes,
like she's not gonna take no for an answer.
Yeah.
She's gonna stick up for herself, even though she's polite about it in the end. She's
Yeah.
like, please and thank you. But
have a
she's
good
like,
day.
I feel like her character development over the seasons, like at the first season, where she's just like, she's messed up and she can't like get control of anything,
Right.
and she's just freaking out about her son, and now she's like, like, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to figure this out and like protect my kids.
Mm-hmm. That's so right.
But, okay, so were we talking about this earlier? How we're saying, okay, like the different storylines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How there's like different storylines and they're all kind of figuring things out.
Yeah.
Now the kids and Nancy and Jonathan
Right,
together,
they're
right?
connected.
And
They're
then we
trying
have-
to get in contact
right.
with.
And then we have Joyce and Hopper who know, okay, now it's the portal that's being opened again, the doorway or whatever it's called, the gate.
You know what I want to know though? Because Joyce said that the kids were at the carnival. So who told them that they're at the carnival?
Maybe they were planning on going.
Okay.
But now it's like, okay, they know, but they're going to try to get in contact. And now we have Dustin and Steve and Robin and Erica. Now, I don't know that do they know what's happening?
Yeah, they saw the portal.
Oh, because it was the portal. Okay, so like now everyone knows, okay, this is all connected to the
Yeah.
portal again, or
Yeah.
the gate. So it's like, okay, when is this all going to come together and they're going to like be one big team and fight it all together?
There's a scene where Dustin and Steve. No, so I think Dustin tells Erica first everything that happened.
Yeah, when they've escaped.
Yeah, and then Dustin and Steve, I think then they.
They-
tell
Yeah, when
Yeah.
Erica's like, and Lucas was a part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And
funny.
she's like, I believe everything. He's like, you believe everything except for Lucas. She's like, uh-huh.
Yep.
Dude, the scene in the hospital when they all go
Oh!
to try to release what's the old lady's
Mrs.
name?
Driscoll. Oh
Yeah.
my god. That is the part that I was screaming
Okay,
in. Okay.
I have a theory. I've had this theory since the beginning, but I didn't say anything because I felt like it was kind of dumb. So this whole chemical eating thing, Lucas and oh no, Mike and Lucas. Mike says that when chemicals come together, that
Uh-huh.
the teacher says that when chemicals come
A
together, they
new
create a
mix.
new substance.
Uh-huh.
So they're creating a new substance within themselves. That way they could connect with the mind flare, right? Like that's why they're eating.
I don't know if
chemicals.
it's necessarily a new substance, but I feel like the chemicals allow them to just like have that bubbling like weird creature thing experience that like the mind flare has already possessed them.
Uh-huh.
So it's like when he's done with their bodies, it's
He-
like they become
That
part of
makes
him.
sense.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that's what the.
That's like what all the chemicals are
because
happening.
They're
That's like
still
why-
human, right?
yeah.
They're still human.
That's
so
why like the
this-
rats are bursting and then the
Yeah.
humans fall down in their lair.
Okay, so then I have another question. They all got that
Like the black
like the
veins.
black
Veins.
veins, right? When Billy was attacking 11, he did too, but I haven't seen him consume any chemicals.
No, I
nor
think
do
that's
he
that's
has.
just more of the mind flare, not necessarily the chemicals.
Okay.
That's like the
Yeah.
because I could be wrong, but I feel like Will had a physical appearance change last
Oh.
season, like when he
I
was
think
kind
he
of
did
being
too.
possessed. So I feel like that's just
A mind
like the
flare
sign
thing.
that the mind flare is there.
I also like that they have acronyms for everything, so they got flayed and
They made that up themselves, right?
Yeah, they
well,
made that up.
obviously, there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way they couldn't find out,
No.
what
They
this
just
thing
it's
was.
the mind flare based off of
them,
D&D.
it's a
Yeah, I
yeah,
got it,
like
got
all
it.
the
Yeah.
characters come from the different roads that they had named and whatever.
Yeah, you know, do you guys remember how the two guys, Heather's father and the other,
The other from the newspaper, yeah, the
Yeah.
the
jerk.
reporter.
I didn't catch this till the second time. Maybe you guys caught it the first time, but okay, you know how they both end up getting defeated because Nancy hits the blonde guy with the fire extinguisher, and then you find out that it
It affects both of them.
right.
Well, it happened when he first hit him over on the head with the vase,
That's
and the
what I
guy
was gonna
goes,
say.
"Owie."
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
No,
till
I
the
noticed-
second time.
No, wait, what?
Yeah. So, Jonathan in Miss Driscoll's room hits Heather's dad over the head with the vase, and then the other guy goes,
They run
"Owie."
out the room, and then the blonde guy, like, he sees them for the first time. He's like,
so they walk
"Owie."
into Mrs. Driscoll's room.
Oh,
They're
yes,
looking- yeah,
yes,
no, I noticed
yes,
that the
yes,
first time we
yes.
watched it.
I didn't notice it till
No,
the
I
second
didn't
time.
even notice it till now.
I was like,
so.
oh, so like, cause when he got hit with the fire extinguisher, and then you see that the other guy absorbed the hit as well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so they're connected.
But here's my question: is it all of them?
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
no, it is because at the end of that episode, didn't Billy say something like commenting on it, right? Didn't he? I thought he did.
I was thinking, what if it's only so my
The ones that are
guess.
close?
No, my guess is that Tom infected the blonde guy,
Okay.
and so I'm thinking, what if it's only who you
But he didn't. In fact, he had to have taken him to the basement. It's like they take them to the basement.
Oh,
and
that's true,
infect-
huh?
I don't know if maybe it's a proximity thing.
Okay, did anyone else notice that when the mind flare went into the drain to leave the hospital, there was a bone?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like, okay, I'm sure that he's defeatable because of L, but
I don't know.
but all the other bones went away. How come that one stayed?
It was probably just like pieces. That was probably just a large chunk that couldn't fit
Well,
down the
the
drain.
camera
No.
focused on it a little, so
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I'm
trying to
saying.
think: does this
Yeah,
like
because when cameras focus on something, that means it's important.
right? I mean, I was thinking like, are they just trying to show us that look, these are the remains, they're human bones, or is this gonna serve a bigger purpose?
I think it's gonna serve a bigger
I don't
purpose.
know.
I think it is.
I think you're reading too much into it.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna serve a bigger purpose. Also, speaking of different frames, I was telling this when we were watching it. Isn't the Dutch Ingles?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyone else?
No. Okay, but I noticed like they went off when he kicked the cabinet and it shifted and it shifted the camera at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time.
pretty
I
neat.
like that.
Okay, all I'm gonna
I know it was
say
bugging
is that I
you.
know that the point of those Dutch Ingles was to make the audience feel uncomfortable because it was an uncomfortable situation to be in. And boy, it made me feel uncomfortable. I felt so uncomfortable watching it. I wanted it to stop. It was so uncomfortable.
What was
Go-
I gonna say? Oh. Okay, I've said this before, but Max bugs the heck out of me this season.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
But what bugged me is like when him and Max are arguing in front of Nancy and Jonathan, and like he proves his point. Like he's trying to protect
Yeah.
Elle
Yeah, I know.
and keep her safe and not push back. And she's like, shouldn't she know her own limits? Man, she's a strong, independent woman. But it's like, you don't know anything. He's trying to protect her. You're just trying to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't care about her. It's just like you want to be right.
I will agree with you
I'm
on
like,
that one.
shut
on that
up.
scene, I was annoyed because I was.
And then
just
she's like,
Mike,
she almost got eaten by the mind flayer or whatever.
Like the thing
Not
is,
eaten,
like
but, you know.
I get you on that part because Mike has seen her like at the lowest and like everything,
Yeah.
like he's been through it all, and she's barely been there, so she
Yeah.
doesn't know.
So
So I get you. I was
still
upset
annoyed
too.
by Max.
I
Mike.
don't hate her.
Yeah, Max.
I don't hate her. I think she's kind of funny, but
No,
whatever.
she's annoying.
But whatever.
Okay, I don't like how when Elle went into Billy's mind,
Yeah. And
that she saw like his childhood.
the 6th episode, right?
I don't like that they like try to humanize him because I just want to hate him.
No, you know what I think it was
No,
though.
I just want to hate him. I don't want to
No.
see any of his past and like
No,
why
but
he's a
you know
messed
what I
up
think
kid.
it was? You know what I think it was? I think that the mind flayer used that as a distraction so that he could locate where Elle is.
I guess.
That's what I think
Really?
it was. That's what I think it was.
So it's kind of like
after-
when Harry
because
Potter's
after-
looking into Voldemort, but Voldemort's actually using it to look into him. Type of thing.
Yeah.
Because after the whole scene happens and he's back and Billy's there, Billy said, "Now I found you." Like I
Yeah.
felt like that was just a whole like just to make her feel bad and
But
like,
either way, like
try and find
like they're showing us his past, and it's like this is why he's so jacked up, and I get it, but I don't like it because
I get it.
I don't want to care.
Wait, so do you think none of that was real, or you think
No,
it
I
was
real?
think it's real, but I think that
But-
the point that they did that was so that Elle would be engaging with it too.
I took it as, so obviously she lands in the beach where it's all really nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then as she gets closer to the storm, that's when you first see that memory of
the
how the dad, treated
Yeah.
him.
And the mom.
And if you guys remember, the dad calls him a really offensive word. And then as 11 is getting deeper into the storm, I think you see Billy beating up some random
Yeah.
kid. And
Mhm.
he's basically the type of behavior that his dad was inflicting on him. He's past,
Yeah,
it's him now behaving that way with other people.
yeah. But I mean I understood why they like why they have this there, but I took it more as the mind flayer was using it as a distraction so that he could locate
That would make sense.
Elle.
Yeah.
Because he does say at the end, like, now I found you, and you, like, we made this. What? Okay, what does that mean? He
What?
said that they're making this new thing for her.
I think because the mind flayer knows that Elle's the one that defeated them last time, like the one that closed everything. So
yeah.
like they're coming
I
after her. I think it's just.
I took it as more like we wanted to build this kingdom for you, kind of.
No,
thing.
I think it's just
But
like they're
now-
coming after her because
Yeah.
she's the one that can stop them.
Yeah, so
But
now we're gonna
if he
destroy
gets too
you, and
powerful-
we're destroying.
Yeah, if he
your
gets too
friends.
powerful, like Elle can't do anything about it, which is
Okay.
what's scaring me because this monster's going bigger and bigger, right? I'm assuming they're gonna get more people, but I'm like Elle can only do so much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like so that's the question: are her siblings the other numbers? Like I don't know what was it 7, the Indian
don't
girl that
remember.
has the
If they
vision
don't show
thing.
up, I'm going to be upset just because what was the point of having them in
It
the
could have just
second
been her
season?
backstory. But
Be-
either way, I'm
Yeah.
like, she needs help.
I don't like that.
Like, more than just a gun.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do
I
anything
don't even
against
think
those
that they're
things.
gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna do anything.
Well, because remember, Hopper's army or whatever friends are supposed to come in and help them, right?
Who is Owen?
I think he
don't
was he
recall.
someone with the lab?
Well, okay, so I think it was at the end of the first season. You see Hopper.
Shaking the lady's hand or
Like,
talking to the lady.
It's almost like they've come to an agreement, him and some of the people from the lab. So it might be someone who was working at the
I
lab.
think it was.
Okay.
I think it was. Especially because these lab people know, like he said, like tell them this, like they'll know what it means. Like
Right, yeah.
they know everything about the Upside Down and the portal.
Okay.
Like it's not anything new to them.
And why are the Russians opening the portal? I don't understand.
Cold
I-
War.
Yeah,
Like Sam
I think
said.
it all has to do with them trying to find some type of weapon for them
or,
to use.
Yeah, weapon. Some or even the creature to
Okay,
weaponize a creature.
was I the only one that was
Yeah.
so surprised that they had this whole system underground? Because I saw that, I was like, what the?
I wasn't
heck?
surprised. Like I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it's just like it was crazy. Like
yeah,
how much
like they
tunneling
had,
they have.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
One random last thing is Joyce. This is Antique Chariot's partner, Wheelbarrow. I love that. Like that she just like throws that in there. Like I'm his partner, and when she comes up with Wheelbarrow, like that's her
I
code
love
name.
it. I love all the words they use in the show. I feel like it's just so fun and like.
Is I want to work dingus back into my
I
vocabulary.
used it today and it felt
I
so
know.
great. Oh, I'm loving
I
this.
love the way the 6th episode ended. I think I was telling you guys that the little monologue by Billy with the music in the background
Yeah.
building up, man, like it gave me the chills.
That was creepy.
He's a
like-
scary, like he's a good antagonist.
Yeah.
Like he has this little like pretty face, but like it's creepy, especially when he like I feel like he almost hardly ever blinks, which makes it even creepier
Ah,
because
you
he's just
say that.
like
I
again
don't have to pay attention to that.
when he's walking towards 11 and 11 is just slowly like walking back,
back.
and he's delivering this speech, and there's nothing menacing about his voice, but it's just the
way
very
he says it.
nonchalant like way he's saying it.
Yeah.
And what does he say, like we're building this for you?
Yeah,
or,
we're
like,
building this for you.
and
we're
I-
gonna,
And
we're
once
gonna-
we destroy
for
you
you,
or
we're
kill
gonna
you,
destroy your
friends,
friends.
and then
And-
everyone.
and everyone else. Yeah.
And again with the music in the background, man.
Oh,
I'm gonna what's it called? I think after I finish the show, I'm gonna find that song and I'm probably gonna have it on repeat for a while.
okay, Billy. Oh my gosh.
Man, if you're still watching this, if you're on YouTube, obviously you can't see us because we're on the Upside Down right now. So please don't help. Just kidding. But thank you guys again for tuning in. I think we explained earlier. We're trying not to watch ahead so that we can do these with the
Which we have done. We've only watched up to
Yeah.
episode 6,
yeah.
and now we're about to watch.
Yeah, we're finally gonna be
7
able
and
to
8,
finish
we're gonna
the
finish
show.
I'm not ready.
Oh
wait, I have
I
one
have
last
so-
thing.
so
I'm sorry, I
many
have one last
questions.
thing. What do you think's gonna happen to Billy? Let's say we do defeat the Mind Flayer. Like, what do you think's
I
gonna happen
think
to
he'll
him?
be alive. Like
That's my thing.
Will?
Will he be alive or dead, or what's gonna
I
happen
think
to him?
I think his character might change because of what
Happens?
he went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So many people have died in this
Yeah,
season.
that's true.
That's
Like
true.
I think every single person who was turned,
Ex-
except for
But
Billy
that's
and
the thing
Heather.
that's the thing is, I don't think he will be. Like, he's not going to be one that's going to turn into that part of that creature because he hasn't eaten any chemicals.
It's gonna
so
be difficult to explain why would the Mind Flayer want to keep him.
Yeah.
Like I know he was the first one, you know.
I think he's just
but-
like the biggest host.
Do you okay. So let's say
Perhaps.
let's
I think
say
he's like Will. Like, he's not trying to turn himself into him, and he's just using him
yeah.
Yeah.
like as his main.
Yeah.
I don't
You know, okay, so let's say we defeat the Mind Flayer. Billy
we
stays
will.
alive.
We better.
Do you think that Will and Billy are gonna be close? Like because Willie or Will knows.
maybe.
That's what.
Well, here's the thing with a lot of these Netflix shows, they don't always plan out to the very end. I think at times they do, but they just make like little bullet points.
Just kinda
Only
see the
because
best way to play
they're
it
they're
out.
not gonna spend their time writing out the next 4 seasons, because if they're not gonna get paid for it, like it's all
Yeah,
a
yeah.
waste of
So
time.
maybe they kind of have like an idea where it's gonna go, but no
right,
exact.
right. And
points.
so they need to wait till Netflix
Renews their
or
contract.
Hulu, wherever these shows
Yeah.
stream on, to renew them for another season, and then they
I feel like
start.
Stranger Things should know that they're gonna renew because everyone loves it, and they
Yeah.
don't disappoint. Like,
Yeah, but eventually it's gonna have to stop.
Yeah. Would you guys want to see another season?
Yes.
yes.
Especially right now. I feel like there's
the
too
thing
much.
is, like this kind of show, like you can't get tired of it. Like I feel like it has such a good storyline, and like
I think
so far it's impressed me. Like
I
with
think-
how it's made sense. Like
I think how short the seasons are actually to its benefit, because it's like you don't get tired of it in one season. It's just like
Yeah.
a little bit, so you're waiting for that next part.
Yeah.
It's not like I watched 20 episodes, like I'll be good for a while. It's like no, like
I want more.
I just started it and now it's gone and now I have to wait again for
Yeah.
I don't know how long.
I don't know how I feel about that, having all the episodes at your disposal.
I like
then,
it. I'm
Oh.
a binge watcher.
Yeah, me
It's
too. I'm a
better
binge
for me to
watcher. I
binge
like-
watch
I
than
like
to.
it.
but then you have
have
to wait
episodes.
longer, man.
I
But it's
know.
okay because while I wait, I can rewatch it and look at the different things that I missed the first time because I binge watched it.
I suppose. But anyways, we're gonna. By the time you see this, we'll what's it called? Have already finished the show. So the third and last podcast about
be
this
airing
season, will air a couple
Okay.
days maybe after this.
On the count of 3, we are going to yell out what we think our reactions will be by the end of the season,
Okay.
because we'll have already watched it by now.
Okay.
One,
At the same time.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Reaction.
yeah,
Oh.
because they can't see us, right?
Okay. Yeah. They
One.
Yeah.
2, 3. Ah! All right.
All right. Later, guys.
See you guys next time.